Hey everybody, Kevin here from PlaySomeVideoGames.com and the PSVG podcast with your official review of Hey Pikmin, available now on your Nintendo 3DS consoles. The story of Hey Pikmin goes as follows. Poor Captain Olimar has crash-landed his spaceship yet again, but as always he seems to be very lucky and lands on a planet inhabited by the ever-so-helpful Pikmin. In this 2D side-scrolling adventure, you use your system stylus to toss Pikmin at puzzles and collect enough Sparkalinium to help refuel Olimar's ship so that he can get back home. Now, if you're not familiar with Pikmin, Pikmin are tiny, curious plant-like creatures. They come in different colors and types, but are all very eager to help Captain Olimar. They respond to his whistle to help round them up, and don't mind if you throw them at the wildlife or treasure to help you along the way. There are 5 different types of Pikmin available in this title, and we'll break them down for you. The red Pikmin are the best fighters and are immune to fire. Yellow Pikmin are lighter weight, so they can be thrown farther and higher, and can also survive an electric shock. Blue Pikmin are handy and, to be honest, quite necessary in all the underwater stages because they will swim along with you because they can breathe underwater. Your rock Pikmin are tough guys that are good against bosses but can also shatter crystals when thrown at them. Winged Pikmin, you guess it, they can fly and also carry very small objects, and even Captain Olimar himself. So if you're falling down a pit, they will help catch you and help float out there if you're quick enough to react to it in time. Now, when Hey Pikmin was first announced, I was a little less than excited. Pikmin's always been a favorite franchise of mine ever since the GameCube days, and I've beaten all iterations of Pikmin and spent countless hours playing the multiplayer stuff on Pikmin 3 for the Wii U. Luckily though, Nintendo decided to release a demo ahead of time that turned my initial impressions completely around, if you will. And I did go ahead and pre-order the game so that I could have it right away so I could review for the website. The gameplay works probably more like the Lemmings game, if you remember those back in the day, more than Pikmin, and that's okay. Basically, the type of adventure you're used to doing with Pikmin probably wouldn't be capable in the Nintendo 3DS, so switching to 2D makes a lot more sense. The basic premise of each stage is you go through, get from point A to point B, use the Pikmin to help you get along the way, and collect any treasures that you can use to fuel your ship. As you collect more treasures, you will unlock different things such as more health bars, better jetpacks so you can float for longer periods of time, and some other things I won't get into right now. One of my favorite things for this title is the music. The music has stayed pretty steadfast since the first game. Melodic, reminds you of nature, sometimes a little bit tribal in its aspect. They've kept it pretty much true to the franchise in this iteration on the 3DS, which made me pretty happy because it felt like Pikmin due to this. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people complained because it didn't look like your traditional Pikmin. It doesn't play like your traditional Pikmin. My counter to all of that is it gives you enough so it still feels like Pikmin without being the Pikmin you're used to. The amiibo functionality in this game is pretty interesting. So number one, the Pikmin amiibo is probably the best amiibo I've seen designed so far in person, and it's my favorite amiibo I have on my shelf now. But its use in the game is a little bit unique as well. Now, we all know amiibo, they unlock certain functionalities in the game, whether it's a special costume, extra power-ups, whatever the case may be, but they're never anything that's essential to the game, and that stays true in Pikmin, but it does add a nice little extra. The amiibo functionality on there is a little twofold. So if you're in the middle of a stage and you're running low on Pikmin, you can use your Pikmin amiibo once per stage to summon more Pikmin to your side immediately. This power-up is actually leveled up, if you will, throughout the game by the Pikmin you collect in your Pikmin park. So by the end of the game, I think I was able to summon something like 20 or 25 Pikmin at once per stage if I needed to. If you use your amiibo in the overworld, it will unlock a special stage that will allow you to collect as a treasure an actual amiibo figure. So predominantly feature all your Splatoon amiibos, your Mario amiibos, and Animal Crossing amiibos, as well as your Pikmin amiibos are also there. One of my favorite things in Pikmin has always been the way he describes the Earth items he collects along the way. Now, Olimar's not familiar with what amiibo are, or what Mario is, or what even a pocket watch is. So without getting into anything too spoilery, because I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, The reading through the log as you collect things is one of my favorite things because it's pretty funny. And there are some great laughs when he describes some of the characters in the amiibo that we're all familiar with, but he has no idea. So he's describing them based on their looks, their pose that they're in their amiibo, and so on and so forth. So won't give it away, but if you do pick up this game, I highly recommend getting your hands on the Pikmin amiibo if possible. It does make the game a little bit more enjoyable. Now, the challenge in this game, it's, to be honest, fairly easy title. I didn't really struggle at all with the game. In fact, I think I only died twice, and both were in later stages where I was a little confused as to what I had to do, and I kind of, walked into some lava or poison or something, but yeah, so that happened. But as far as gameplay, I wasn't really challenged until the actual final boss, which I still was able to beat without dying, but it got a little tricky there. I was a little low on Pikmin by the time it got to the ending. So overall, I think this game can be enjoyed by both children and adults without offering anything too frustrating or to the point that you're not enjoying what you're playing. Now, when it came time to score Pikmin, I went back and forth a little bit on this. Now, if you've never played a Pikmin game, this might seem like a weird, kind of quirky experience, and you may not think it's a fantastic game, but it's an okay game. Like I said, it really reminds me, if I take Pikmin away from it, it reminds me more of Lemmings than anything else. Now, if you're picking this up, odds are, though, you're probably a Pikmin fan, or at least familiar with the Pikmin as a whole. So with that being said, I'll give it an official score of 85. If you are an owner of Nintendo 3DS, it's a weird time right now. A lot of people think the Nintendo 3DS is dead. Everything needs to be coming to the Switch. Why is Nintendo still supporting 3DS? Hey Pikmin, along with some other games that are coming out soon or have just recently been launched, will prove that the 3DS is alive and well, and this is definitely a game you want to pick up and add to your collection if you're a Nintendo fan at all. So thanks for listening, everybody, and remember, never stop gaming.